If you want it as bad as you want to breathe, if you really, really want it like you say you want it, you can have it. Don't believe the hype. Don't feed into it. If you work hard, if you work, I'm telling you, it's yours. It's yours. You can have it. It's yours. You can do it. It's yours. You can be it. It's yours.
Welcome back. Thanks for rocking with me. I appreciate it so much. This is the Investor Guy. Making money, make money. That's my thing. I want to start off with our news with positivity. Inspirational or motivational quote. Here's one for the ages. Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you are done. I am never done. Update on Trade Sports ATM's giveaway. We have had such a phenomenal success with just the initial steps that were taken and goals needing to be met that it caused, technical difficulties. So the giveaway link, I'll say it if it's in another video. I'll mention it. I'll make sure that you know when we have the video link, and I'll go back and add it to this video and the previous video just for the sake of it. And we'll have many more moving forward because the power of trade sports and all the other trade money products is that it allows you to basically see a path that someone who is experienced lays out for you. Now, I know I was gonna speak about AMC. This is what you call a true trade money play. I mean, from $2 and change all the way to 60 bucks. That's a 30x play in less than a year. In fact, actually, it's about 6 months. So about 6 months, 30x. All right. So $1,000 invested would be around $30,000 today and growing. All these things, that you have witnessed over time and I've gone over before. So I don't want to take a long time to reiterate what was already spoken about. If you know about squeeze or, all the things with the hedge funds, that has helped. Definitely been a catalyst in the current moments. And the awareness of people when it comes to investing, that has changed the game. But it wasn't always that the people had the opportunity to take advantage of these markets, right? And so as you're looking at the success that people are gaining, if you're a part of Trade Money ATM, you got in around $2 and change. If you were a part of CCI, you got in around $5, and you've had a wild ride. Whoever stuck with us definitely experienced success, and that's amazing. This is never financial advice. I'm going over a play. It already happened. It's happening. The thing about it, though, I want to share a few things. One, we get into a play, and when the play runs, you take profit. You take profit to protect your bag, right? So just for instance, if I got into this play around 10 bucks and it went up, here, and I stuck it in, and let's say it even hit here at 20 bucks, right? If I took 25 to 50% off the table, I'm making sure that I don't lose all my ducats. I want buckets of ducats. I don't want to lose. So you think about that for a minute. A lot of times you'll see these gurus, fake gurus talking about like, hey, this stock went up 100x, 500x, a million x, billion x, trillion x. Awesome. They did not catch the whole swing of it anyway. But even if you get in at the ground bargain basement floor, halfway up the building, protect your initial bag. I don't care if it goes up further. Think about it. You got 100 in, it goes to 200, you pull out 100, you still got 100. You might feel like you messed up if it goes to 1,000 and you would have been in and you would have made 10x your money on 100, right? But you got up to 200, you pulled out your initial capital. Your 100 continues to go up, right? Your 50% continues to go up all the way to 1,000, okay? You still came out ahead and you protected your bag. When something is going down, we teach this, we share this, we preach it. I preach it, I tell, I share, it is what it is. If it's going down and your idea was correct, hold the line, right? If you could dollar cost average, everybody has different methods and tactics and strategies that they use, but I'm just gonna say this, it's many ways to get to the other side of the world. If you bump into a coach, a mentor, or somebody that knows something and they say, hey, we're going to the other side of the world, the way that I do it is I go north and I just keep going north until we're on the other side of the world. Just because another person comes along and says, no, the way I do it is I go south, doesn't make the person who went, or goes or is trying to take it to the other side of the world by going north until you get there wrong, right? Some things may not be for you. It may not be the temperament that you have. You have to know yourself. Many times people talk to me, I have coaching clients, and they'll be like, what it is, why you're asking questions, you're getting to know me on a personal level. And I'm like, you got to know yourself. You got to know the risk level and your risk tolerance. You got to know these things. You got to have emotional control. You have to understand the math of wealth creation. It might not work for you if you have a different temperament to the next person. I'm a high risk, high reward player in one area of investing. In another investing area, when it comes to generational wealth and my children's children, I guard that bag like a pit bull. And of course, it might, and people go all crazy when they hear like, wait, you're talking like 10, 20%, 30% a year and you're okay with that? Yes, I'm okay with 10, 20, 30% a year. If you got your retirement money, you try to invest your retirement money, listen, you can't operate like a gunslinger in the wild, wild west. One slip, macroeconomics versus microeconomics, and your bag gets wiped out. I've put my money in Forex plays. Now you see, I've been every month, members of Trade ATM, we're catching 500 to 1,000 pips. But I will say this, there's been moments in my own life experience where I've got into a play, the charts, the TA, everything was perfect. And news came out on a political arena the morning of, whatever it hit, and it shifted things so dramatically, boom, I'm out the play. Some things you cannot see on these charts. You just can't see it. It won't tell you. These things will not give you that information. We all could be blindsided. There is many things that cause something to just switch the other way. But if you're right in your idea, hold the line. If you're investing a certain way, keep with your formula till you master it, or keep with your plan. I've also seen other people jump on things while I'm in the middle of a play that might have took me 2-3 months. And they're like, yo, dude, this thing I just jumped into it. You got to get into it, man. It just went up 40%. I'm like, I can't chase it, big homie. I cannot chase it. I'm sticking to the plan. We all gonna eat at different times. There's no way we all eat the same time. There's no way we all have the same emotional temperance. There's no way we all have the same risk level. 18-year-old me different from an 81-year-old me when it comes to the bag. That's just life. That's just how it is, right? So AMC was shared. A lot of people, was able to check it out and get involved. And I say the dynamics of things as they are today, with people getting in like a social engineered system, if you want to call it that. This didn't exist when I was younger. Having millions of people in, online and YOLO groups and all these other it wasn't there, right? But if you notice, I'm gonna make this clear. I've said it before. The 1%, none of us, maybe if the whole 90%, if all of us got together, we could change something. But what would we do? Just the way things operate, it would have to be, if we shifted 99 on top, 1% on bottom, then we'd be the bad guys to them. The same way we look at them and the hedge funds and all these different people as the bad guys. Hedge funds, I tell people that talk to me all the time, yeah, they're rotten, they're this. A hedge fund is just a system, it's basically a business model, right? It's a business, basically, is what it is. And how they operate would be their business model. Whether they're shorting things, and that's how they, build capital for their investors. Whether they're, they go long and find things, or whether they go on things that are like, like a Kathy Woods and do things like based on, future things happening. One time when I was talking about Tesla, it was $30 or so, I believe, or 50 or 60, whatever it was. The point was that Tesla was the future. Right now, to us, it's like, oh, this is the present. If you say, yeah, electric cars everywhere, nobody says you're a lunatic when you say that today, right? Nobody does. But just imagine when I was in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I'm telling people, yo, this ugly little car right there, that I think what they doing is gonna do something. And they're like, electric cars. They had other example of other electric cars. I think the Leaf or whatever. I'm going out of my head, and I'm telling you, I remember the gas prices. Something happened with the gas prices. They were like, it'll be cool to have electric cars, but they're not really. Nobody's getting them like that. It's not hitting like that. It's not banging like that. It's not happening. Similar to when I talked about cryptocurrency at the early stages. It was future. It didn't even have to happen. It could have failed. Tesla could have failed. And so some people invest in things that represent the future. Space travel represents the future, right? But is it profitable today? No. And here's just the point, like, we're on AMC, and I just want to get the point out so that you understand, like, it's so many different things and variables that go into what happens on any play. Knowing your plan, sticking to your plan has to be a must. Taking profits instead of being greedy has to be a part of your plan, unless you are at a youthful stage where you just like, hey, I'm gambling and I don't care. Like, I'll put all my money, all my eggs in a basket, which is fine. I'm not like some people will be like, no, you got to diversify. No, I mean, I believe diversification is for idiots, but all right, not even idiots. Let me not say that. I believe diversification is fine if you don't know, if you're not a master of trading, it's fine because it kind of protects you, right? It protects you, not kind of, it protects you, but it also takes away just think, if you were diversified versus being in AMC, I'm talking about taking out 50% of your bag when you doubled your money initially. But this thing went up to $60, right? It's $65 after hours right now. 65, 66. Might open, who knows what tomorrow morning. It might open down, it might open higher, right? I'm not gonna take a bunch of people screaming at me, diamond hands, as how I'm going to secure my children's future. However, the market operates based on people. So it's probably gonna have an effect, and it, would give it a good shot of going up because more and more people are FOMOing into AMC. But think about yourself. You can't even listen to a guy that's on YouTube. And one of the things you notice what I do, I create a brand. So if I'm gonna sell what I have, it doesn't depend on my personal, like me, right? Anyone could step in and become the investor guy or take over the investor guy brand in the future. I could pass it to my kids. Anything could happen like that. But it's just simple. Most people are talking. I have the forum basically, and people are talking, and I just want to speak out to the world so you understand. It's basically you and what you're trying to do. And now if you get an opportunity to take advantage of the plays, that's great. We literally created something that allows people to empower themselves, right? Empowering yourself is the foundation to your success. Empowering myself was the foundation for my success. Another thing most people don't know is I literally, I came from a impoverished situation, from a low-level situation. And you hear my dog in the background. Now we have dogs. I remember one time probably we wouldn't even, a dog with us would probably be starving. My dogs are pretty healthy, so they can make all kind of noise. They can do whatever they do. They get fed well. They probably eat better than, not probably, they eat better than me when I was a kid, right? Hold on one second. I'm going to pause this and get right back to you when they stop barking. All right, so like I was saying, right, it's pretty much, the whole thing happens where we're in a situation that people are like, okay, wealthy people are wealthy because they have better situations for themselves, right? Yeah, and all right, let me rephrase this. A lot of people would say that, pretty much they would say, if you're wealthy, you have a advantageous situation. But I'm saying there's literally, depending on who you are, it could actually be a negative. If you research lottery winners who got rich, right, but they weren't empowered. I think you have to be empowered. You're wealthy. It's different from being rich. And it literally caused them major problems. We're talking drug overdose, death, all kinds of, like, some people, and more than one person, many people that have won the lottery. So they got what they were looking for. It was like, I want a big giant bag. They got it. And multiple people, not related, not in the same city, not in the same state. And they're like, man, the worst thing that ever happened to me was winning the lottery, right? So yeah, what we really strive, Conscientious Capital Insights, is to be conscious, to be aware, to have an understanding, and to have an insight. The reason why I tell stories and I share my experience is so that you have an insight. AMC is one play today. Let's not get over happy or overhyped about it. It is what it is. It did what it did. If you're part of the program, you were able to, take advantage of it. And if you weren't, hopefully you still got the ability to take advantage of it. More plays will come, right? And we're going to have more plays, more amazing plays. There's a few things that I've shared recently that I believe will even outdo AMC. And there is no YOLO group, pushing this forward. So what happens now, everything is historically there that a person could see. And when you look at it, just think for a moment. We are in a state where humanity has so much potential realized, right? If you think that the world was in a depressed state in the past, and yes, in situations there's negativity right now, today, but it's getting better every day. That's how I see things. It's getting better every day. And I appreciate you being on this journey. If you could empower yourself, just think about empowering yourself. In the link, in the description has to be, or a link somewhere, depending on where this video is for you, it has to be access to a free trial to Conscientious Capital Insights. You just click the link, tv.conscientiouscapitalinsights.com. It's down there somewhere, right? And you'll be able to start empowering yourself. That's the thing. I really want more and more people to be self-empowered. That means not even depending on me. Like, I'm sharing something with you. Hopefully I'm inspiring you. Hopefully I'm empowering you. We have, plays. We have information on the front of the site. It used to be where people had to pay $99 just to have access to all the information and news that we compile through the site. It's wide open, free for anybody to go through and read some of the older things. And there'll be more company specific where you start understanding companies. When we're investing in the stock market, it's companies, right? When you're investing in the market, it's the lifeblood of the economy. Market, so Forex, crypto, all of it is the lifeblood of society, the market for society, period. It's how we, leverage, right? It's leverage. Money is leverage. And so markets allow us to leverage ourselves. We have ownership in companies, and we're going to be sharing that information directly on the site, open for you to just check out and look. But if you want more empowering video training and other things that we'll be updating on a level every month, click the link, get free, get going free. If you don't like it, you don't think it's gonna get better and better and better, but I promise you, it will never be this price in the future. It will only get higher. And one day you'll say, man, I could have started with these brothers. I could have rocked with this brother. I could have rocked with the team. I could rock and things could roll. But I waited till whenever. And I understand that. I was talking to a person yesterday about a crypto program that paid out billions of dollars. And I'm like, hey, let me get you going if you want to get going. And let me share the information with you. And you can do what you will, right? They were like, oh, I don't know. I may not be ready yet. I got to think about it. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Do that. I've already, I've already done whatever I've done. I don't like sharing my success in certain ways because it's like, hey, what difference does it matter to you if I eat and my kids eat, right? I mean, it should help you in a way, because if ever I was in a situation where I couldn't feed my kids, believe me, the world would feel that, right? So it may not matter to you directly, but if you can empower yourself, take all these things that you're getting as learning examples, just seeing things, saying, okay, I didn't know what AMC was doing. Brother gave me some insight into it. All right, they, ran through their, being pushed down by the hedge funds, and they ran through a phase. The market was closed because of COVID. They're opening up now. It's so many things happening, right? Even with streaming services that are competition now, we don't know what could happen. I'll give you a clue on something, that I see that could be possible, right? Most people don't talk about this. Amazon bought MGM the other day. How many people saw that coming? And how many people in the sound of my voice could say no one could step in and buy AMC? Think about that, right? And Just imagine if you got a streaming service. People going out to movie theaters, that's been a thing for so long. It's part of, it's part of what we do. And there's many other ways they could facilitate growth. People are, oh yeah, but it's kind of fading out. This is happening. That it's negative or positive. Anything's possible. But just think about it. Media, through good or bad times. I literally didn't want to go into a long thing in this video, but based on some research I've been doing, it's very possible that we might be in for a repeated downward push, different from all the other things that's happened recently. In fact, probably more powerful and more violent. Yes, like a depression, recession type negative downward market push. One of the reasons why I've shifted attention to cryptocurrency, and even that, all markets will react to the reality that we face on a day-to-day basis. You've seen it. If you survive it, it's great, right? You understand now. You can kind of see things. You feel things. I've experienced something over 30 years. Some people experience it for the last 3 days. It's amazing all the way around. But yeah, I'll make another video where I go into what I see, the negative aspects of what I think might be coming, right? I ain't trying to be a negative person, but I hope I'm wrong. I hope the market doesn't experience a drawdown like we haven't seen in the last 20 years or so, right? What was it, 2007? Trying to see if I can get that. Was it 2000 and 2007? Those were the last two major stock market retracements, right? Bigger, check it out for yourself, way bigger than what COVID has done, right? COVID actually, with them printing money and all that, kind of kept things going, and certain things are going to be good, but pain is coming. That's the way I see it. We'll talk about it in another video. I appreciate. That's a new language. I'm coming up with a new word. That word would mean I got mad love for you, right? But let's keep it 100. I appreciate you. This is the Investor Guy. Deuces.
If you want it as bad as you want to breathe, if you really, really want it like you say you want it, you can have it. Don't believe the hype. Don't feed into it. If you work hard, you do me. If you work for yours, I'm coming. I'm telling you, it's yours. It's yours. You can have it. It's yours. You can do it. It's yours. You can be it. It's yours.